Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. You guys have asked us to look at a scenario testing how good the modern have-glass observability reduction coating is. First, we need to do a bit of history about what is have-glass. Have-glass is a coating put on various nations' F-16s to reduce their radar observability. It actually started in 1982 in the Falklands War. Sea Harriers operated by the British appeared on British radars sometimes with a smaller radar cross-section than other British Harriers. What they found is that some of these Sea Harriers had a coating of WD-40 to help prevent corrosion. This coating accidentally reduced their radar cross-section and the distance that they could be detected at. In more recent times, these findings were capitalized in the form of a treatment called have-glass. Have-glass is actually split into 5 different variants, starting with 1, then 2, then mud, then gem, then the latest one, version 5, which is what we'll be looking at today. Version 1 started to be applied to F-16s, and this is F-16s only, by the way, in about 2007. As far as we can see, it only reduced the overall radar cross-section of the aircraft by about 15%, but it had drawbacks as well as cost. It added weight and complexities for aircraft maintenance. Followed by 2 with mud and gem variants applied to over 1,700 F-16s of various nations over the following years. Again with the same kinds of problems, not a huge reduction in radar cross-section, but with continuing difficulties of maintenance. We have a picture here, for instance, I'm sure you've all seen them. It's the one you sent me, Mud, Simba.
Yeah, I do believe it's mud.
And Simba obviously deals with this every day, so he'll fill us in the details in a bit. But you can see it's a strange looking F-16, and some of the coatings were quite thick, nearly half an inch. Nowadays, we have version 5, the best coating so far by far, started to be applied to the Block 50 CM variants, the anti-radiation aircraft, in 2019, and we'll soon have hundreds applied with have-glass 5. Have-glass 5 reduces the overall radar cross-section of the aircraft by about 70 to 80%. So, an F-16 with its base paint, which would have a radar cross-section of somewhere between 3 and 5 square meters, depending on which figures you use, will be reduced to an average of 1.2 square meters. That's a massive reduction. Why does that matter? Well, of course, it means that they can't be seen at such great distances. Simba, that's pretty much all I know about have-glass. You have to work with this stuff.
Any F-16 maintainer that's dealt with it will tell you it just sucks. You can't clean the jet. The jet just gets dirtier and dirtier. But what's nice is you can pick your jet out, amongst all the other ones from like 6 miles away because it looks different color than everything else. But it's got a really rough texture. There's stuff in the paint. There were different versions, and they've even done some that reduce IR signatures from the front.
Wasn't part of it putting a film on the cockpit so that the radar wouldn't reflect off the pilot's head and seats and stuff?
Well, I've kind of done a simplistic description of have-glass, like it's just a kind of spray paint you spray on. It's actually a series of modifications they do in the various versions, and that absolutely was one.
What Poosh is talking about is just like the general how to overall reduce the radar signature of the F-16 plus its static emissions. So one of the things is, if everybody remembers, like the F-16 was like one of the first jets that had the gold tinted canopy, and all of a sudden like you don't see that in the F-16 anymore. But if you look, it's got like a film that almost has like a oily look to it, like it's got a little color spectrum. There's a film inside the canopy that's kind of similar to that. It's one of the layers of the canopy, and so that's why you don't see the gold tinted cockpits anymore. You can't see it when you're in it, but you can see it from certain sun angles.
We're going to talk about today. First, a quick look at the aircraft. The blue aircraft are F-16C Block 70 by VSN converted to Grim Reaper's version 6 with a radar cross-section of 3.5 square meters, meaning it can be seen from our Grim Reaper's airborne AESA radar at over 100 miles. Its beyond visual range air-to-air missile is an AIM-120D1 with a range of about 90 miles. Within visual range, AIM-9X. Then we have the version with have-glass 5. Radar cross-section is 1.2 square meters, otherwise the same. This means it can be seen in best case scenario at 60 nautical miles rather than 100 nautical miles. This aircraft can fire at this one at 90 miles. This one can only fire at this one at 60 miles. Otherwise, its loadout is the same. To the actual scenario, it's going to be super simple. It's air wing versus air wing. Here is bullseye, here is 130 miles, here is 200 miles. There are 32 AI versus 32 AI. The AI are all set to maximum skill level and to fire at the maximum range that they can. They will phase in, so every 3 minutes another flight will spawn in until all have started. The first flights will start slightly further forward. Also, there are humans which are on unlimited respawn today. Humans blue, humans red. Otherwise, everything set up as scientifically as we can. We'll blow the whistle and they will fight to the death. So guys, predictions, very important today. Everything has the same missiles, the same radar, the same aircraft, but the Reds today have the Have Glass 5. How well do you think it's going to help them? Any predictions?
It's an advantage. The one that can see first, has range, can fire the first missile.
Have Glass should be the victor here. If it needs to go into notching also, I presume that will help it too. Maybe avoid missile locks.
Obviously, the one with Have Glass is going to be better. Now, the only other follow-up question is how well is Have Glass going to be in a big, and let's face it, unrealistic, but scientific air wing versus air wing fight? And that leads me on to my second point. This is actually a 2-in-1 video today, as well as trying Have Glass 5 out. We're trying a method of testing which is the best range to fire a certain missile out. I've been waiting to test this for months, and finally an opportunity has shown. So we've got 2 identical aircraft either side apart from the radar cross-section. They're firing exactly the same missile. The red guy will fire at their maximum range of 90 miles. The blue guy will fire at their lethal range of 60 miles. What we've seen is that the missiles fired at the maximum range, viewers, gets about, well, it depends on the scenario, about 5 to 10% probability of kill if it's a big complex battle like this. Whereas if you're launching at the kill range of about 2/3, so about 60 miles, you get a much higher probability of kill, around 25%. So obviously, the Reds are going to fire their missiles first. They're going to fire more missiles because they can fire first. Obviously, they're going to have the tactical advantage. But the Blues being forced to fire at their kill range of 60 miles may help to balance that out. And I really don't know which way it's going to go because of that. But I'm really interested to see. And obviously, we have redundant AWACS. Either side, stand by for battle. The guys with Have Glass are Simba, Poosh, and Dark. Without Have Glass, Strider, Cannibal, Bird. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, let's have a look at the AI with Have Glass. And humans with Have Glass. Oh! Get another one. Get another one.
Wasn't me.
Dark.
Boys are busy doing their stuff. We have a loss already. The AI without Have Glass in their normal livery. 92 nautical miles. If everything works, we should have missiles fairly soon from the Have Glass Reds. You watch it not work now. There we go. Missiles out at 90 miles, as we expected. Now, when are the Blues going to be able to fire back? Well, theoretically, at 60 miles. But look at the massive tactical advantage the Reds have. They can fire and then they can go, well, yep, defensive, as you see there. The missiles will guide on the data link. Already 9 missiles from the Have Glass 5s. And finally, return fire at 60 miles from the normals. The first Have Glass missiles just passing over bullseye now. Here's the problem, viewers. The missiles got quite slow by now. Blues have fired the missiles at about 60 miles. They're still going to be going very fast. So it's going to be a really interesting dynamic to see who comes out on top. 17 red missiles to 6 blue missiles fired. That's telling a real story. 21 missiles to 9 missiles. The red missiles are here, but they're only 700 knots, so going to be quite beatable. Whereas this one here is over 1,000 knots. No kills yet. Oh, it's hard to call, viewers. 1 blue down, and there's 1 red down, but that was just the boys prattling around. 2 blues down. Have Glass is going to win this. Sorry about the shading problem, viewers. It's no bug, and it's reported. 1 Have Glass aircraft down, and another getting chased. Kinematically, the aircraft are identical. Look at that. Okay. Oh, wow. 4 blues down to well, technically 2 reds down. So Have Glass did better by 50%. There we go. Firing missiles at the longer range allowed them to escape. So that's pretty good proof of concept so far. Good evasion, Simba Wimba. And this guy's still getting tracked. Yeah, sorry about it. You see that dark shading, viewers? That is a game bug at the moment. It's really annoying. Look at that. It's just dropping down on him at 300 knots. That is so funny. Oh my god, if that kills him... No, it's not going to. Once missiles get down to 300 knots, they're pretty much useless. I mean, it's still fast, but it's not fast enough to drive a missile efficiently. Cannonballs firing at AI at 30 miles is all angry and fired up and cannonball-like. AI is returning fire. Let's see who comes off best to that. Remember, the missiles, once they have been fired, you can rely on the data link from other aircraft, or from the AWACS, I should say, to guide them in. But you do need to see them on your own radar to actually fire the missiles. Sorry. Place your bets. I say Cannonball's doing better evasion, whereas this guy... No, he has evaded. Yeah, they've nullified each other's missiles out. No other kills still. 3 to 4. Okay, next battery of missiles being fired at the usual ranges. 90 miles and 60 miles, I suppose. Simba's down here chasing the hell out of this guy here, look. F-16s today, so only 6 missiles maximum. So missiles will be depleted fairly quickly. Cannonball dodge his missiles. Next missile is homing in on a have-glass aircraft. It's got himself too slow and too low. Look, it's going about 200 knots. Yeah, he deserved that. That was just bad flying. Another have-glass being shot at. There he is. Oh, another kill. A red... Oh, have-glass has just gone down. We're now 4 kills to 4 kills. These missiles have been defeated because it looks like they were just fired too far away. Which kind of runs into the thing I was looking at in a briefing, that is it simply going to be more effective to fire closer up? Well, we won't know yet, but by the end we're going to know pretty well. Simba's literally chalked out a giant piece of terrain here. However, he is going to attract a lot of attention soon. Got a little ahead of his teammate by 40 miles. It's such a difficult thing to analyse as viewers. At the end, what I'll do is I'll save the TAC view file, and you guys can go in and analyse it if you want and see what information you can garner. Great evasion from Simba. Simba is slowly being enveloped by the ranks of blues. He's basically just beaten all of the blues missiles, which is rather cheeky. Okay, this is interesting. Tactically, Reds are closer, or have pushed bullseye. So Reds tactically are winning this. Although the score is even, Reds are definitely winning it tactically. Lots of red missiles, but look, again, they're so slow because they're all being fired at their maximum 90 miles range. They're down to 500 knots, and they're just not effective missiles at this point. He says, as one... No, look, they're not effective. They can't turn this slow. Or they can't turn as effectively, should I say. Lots of red missiles fired, but just not doing the killing. But winning tactically, though, because look where bullseye is. If you want to win the war and keep the blues away, Reds are winning. But otherwise, it's a stalemate. No kills going on. Oh,
Splash.
Blue just went down. Well done, Simba. I didn't even see that. Simba and his have-glass friggin' absolutely ripping up the south. Has basically taken the entire south to himself. But he is F-16, so he will... Yep, he's out of missiles. Poor old Simba Wimba. That's the
still got heaters.
It's the only downside of F-16. Okay, there's a merge
sorry,
here.
Cannonball. I put a missile on him too.
Today's first heater fired A9X. The inevitable merges are happening now. Why? It's because these guys are all out of ammo. Sorry, they're out of long-range missiles. As a kill, as a non-have got... Oh, wow, look at that. Reds have lost 4. Blues have lost 7. Have-glass so far are winning twice as well. I'm aware that's a bad way to say that, but you know what I mean. Simba's still not dead. Just die, Simba. You've got the whole blue army after you. Right, they're sending Strider after him now. They are seriously pissed. Right, but look at the tactical situation. Look where bullseye is, viewers. That said, the F-16 is not that tactically useful in this scenario because of its lack of weapons. Look, I look at every single have-glass aircraft and they're all out of weapons, making them not useless, but nearly useless because they can only fire within about 10 miles, as you can see there. If this was F-15EX, it would be a different story because they've got friggin' 16 missiles. They can just keep pummeling all day and pushing and pushing and pushing. Is it going to be a kill? Oh, we got shot as well. Again, he was going to get shot. He had to close within close range. 6 have-glasses down to 9 normals down. Cannonball finally copped it from probably an AMRAAM. And just a giant mess happening now, viewers. We are 13 minutes into the sim. Note Reds have still way past bullseye. Not just Simba, but AI as well. More low-speed missiles fired from long ranges just cannot do the killing. Now, if they were fired by F-15s that could carry 16 missiles, F-15EXs, that wouldn't matter. Right, thing happening there. Let's have a glass down. Simba's still not dead. Poosh coming to relieve him. Oh, it's evening out. Reds. So what we're seeing here, viewers, I'm trying to analyse it as we go. What we're seeing here is that the have glass is definitely better. The have glass is killing more and it's allowing to push further. But then the airframes run out of missiles and then the blues just push back. It's the thing, when you're going to run these big battles, you get these strange dynamics. Another have glass guy, got no ammo left, so just flying around.
Where are you running, Strider? You have all the missiles.
Oh, I couldn't block you the entire time I was on you. There's no point.
What I could have done, viewers, is had, once they'd run out of long-range missiles, RTB. I could have had that, and obviously that would be more realistic. But it's, let's face it, we all want them to fight to the death, don't we? Simba's still aggressing.
Have the no-quit attitude, Cap.
You do have a no-quit attitude. More have-glass missiles coming in now. Fired a little closer. And that's a smack boom boom. Simba's still controlling the south. An incredibly ambitious heater shot there. I don't think I've seen such an ambitious shot, but you never know. Weirder things have happened. And look how Simba's attracting all the attention of the AI down here, helping his have-glass buddies out at the north, who are struggling not from fighting, but from just running out of missiles.
When I am free of missiles, am I able to respawn?
Do what you want, guys. It's such a big battle, it's not going to make much difference to the kind of score. Poor old Bird is just getting... He's up in the north. He's trying to take the north, but it just has been absolutely hounded by missiles constantly. He is getting missiles out, though, and they are good missiles. It's 11 to 12, so it's even Stevens, more or less. Okay, we've got another heater here. Smacky boom boom. Another heater here. Smacky boom boom. Evasion! Well done, Have-Glass. Smacky boom boom here. 12 to 14, Have-Glass are winning again. In terms of kills, they still own Bullseye. I don't think they've never not owned Bullseye since the beginning. And they started the same distance away, remember. A smacky boom boom. Oh, wow. Fair play. Have-Glass hit. Non-Have-Glass hit. Oh, it's all getting a bit chop now. 13 to 15. Oh, yeah, Simba respawned. Poosh is still active. Bird's still active. Cannibal's back in the fray. Evading missiles. It's all a bit of a nightmare now. 96 missiles fired from Have-Glass, 76 fired from normal. I couldn't find out how much the Have-Glass coating costs, so I've assumed $1 million, but I'm probably completely wrong as usual. Have-Glass about to get hit. He's got too low, he's got too slow. Bird shot is looking good. What a sniper that hits. Unfortunately, it's just... No, it's gone.
Oh, it's like a 25-mile shot. Should have got.
Yeah, but it was low down, wasn't it, when he was dodging?
I climbed to 20 before I fired.
Alright. Words and stuff, Bird.
In DZ.
Have-Glass about to get caught up. No, Have-Glass surviving. 15 to 16, it's all leaving Stevens. That's Have-Glass down. Look, Have-Glass still have the tactical advantage by 20 miles. It's just a really interesting fight. You're interested in interesting things, viewers. And some of you are, some of you aren't. I get it. Some of you want clickbait, but this is, I think it's interesting anyway. Have-Glass evades. Whole load of reds that are in blue territory, but they're out of missiles. Are out of long-range missiles. They're just going to get picked off now. Oh, jeez, look at that. That was smacky boom boom. Pretty much even Stevens still. You've got 4 Have-Glasses in the middle here, just mulling around with no weapons. A new battery of missiles coming in. We are 19 minutes into the simulation. Alright, stuff going on here. Someone got shot. Let's go for guns. Have-Glass, he's only got guns left. Oh, yeah. Just a giant Charlie Foxtrot about to happen by the looks of things. Boom, Have-Glass down. Wow, it's now gone. More Have-Glass dead now than normal. Boom. Have-Glass still have the tactical advantage. They're still nearly 20 miles past Bullseye. 21 to 17. Lots of long-range Have-Glass missiles coming in. It'll be interesting reading your comments on this, viewers. Quite a lot of take-homes from this. This guy's punched all the way into the rear ranks of the Blues. As well as running out of missiles, the F-16s that have been in it for a while will run out of fuel and have to start flying off afterburner, which makes them easy meat for missiles like this. Exchanging AIM-9Xs at 10 miles.
Yeah,
What happened, guys?
Oh, I shot Cannonball down.
Oof, awkward, guys. Look at that. This guy's just smashing. Friggin' Dodge 13 has literally got 30 miles behind enemy lines and is just breaking them to pieces. But he's about to have his toughest challenge yet. AIM-19-1 fired from point blank range. Yeah, he's a dead man. He's all out. He's got nothing left to give. But, cheeky SOB managed to get this off. I swear Dodge 13 is going in my friggin' will. If I had something to give, he would be happy with that. Now, is it going to have the balls? I reckon it has. Look at that. Pretty bent. Oh! Wow. Fair play. Right. Red still have Bullseye. Simba, Dark, Strider operating down the south, just standing off over this small mountain range. Blue's making the push for Bullseye now, finally. AIM-9X action in the centre. Good evasion. Barrel roll and flares. Oh, that guy's just going to get smacked. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Oh, well! He dodged that AMRAAM kinematically, viewers. That is well, it's an almost impossible thing to do, to be honest. So, well done. Block 70 baring its teeth there. And a dogfight ensuing here. Oh. Have glass down. Massive exchange. And for the first time in 24 minutes, Blue, by ways of attrition, through dynamics I don't really understand, have taken Bullseye. Simba has half the world against him as usual.
Nope. G-lock.
Ah. Yeah, that's the thing. More missiles coming in and emerge here. 27 reds down, 26 blues down. Reds have regained balls.
Another AI down.
Simba says 4 kills. Bird says 2 kills. Very hard to get kills in these as humans, viewers. AI have lots of advantages in these big fights that humans just don't have. 151 missiles fired to 129 missiles fired, but the PK of those missiles there is just better. Red sort of own Bullseye again. Nice to see a lot of heaters being used. Viewers, why? It's because the F-16 only has 4 long-range missiles, so they're just going to revert to AIM-9 to close-range missiles a lot more than some of the bigger jets. 31-26.
Chevy 1-1 is a brave soul.
Yep, they're doing it. One of them got nearly 40 miles before. 154 missiles to 132 missiles. 31 downed aircraft to 27 downed aircraft. And that might be the end of the spawns, Fewingtons, which means it's just clean up now. And unfortunately, we're in a position where most of the half-glasses will probably out of long-range missiles. Yep, out of long-range missiles. Out of long-range missiles, yeah. So, interesting dynamic. Interesting still, after 27 minutes, Reds still have Bullseye, viewers. And we've got brave Chevy 1-1 doing a thing. And a missile after Chevy 1-1. Someone else hit.
Chevy 1-1 dead.
Chevy 1-1 indeed dead. I was enjoying his antics, and still Red have Bullseye in the form of Chevy 1-3, but no one on the Red side has any ammo left apart from a couple of respawning humans, which is the story of the Red's lives today, unfortunately.
I got a kill. It's not a friendly this time.
Bird's just picking his men off, look, like it does in the club. That could be taken really wrong. You hardly ever pick the men off anymore, whatever the hell that means. Good shot, Bird. Friggin' sniper, trying to catch up Simba's score. And he's got another one out as well. Oh, but it's out of legs.
Yeah, that was a lucky.
Nothing wrong with lucky. I lived my life by that. Oh, he's not going to survive much longer. Friggin' AIM-9X chopping down his neck. Friggin' Blues are going to win this by just weird dynamics.
I think it's because our AI would fire a lot of missiles from further away.
That's exactly what
and
it
they
is,
just didn't have the kinematics.
Yeah. I'll let the last AI go and then I'll do my debrief because I've been kind of watching it. This guy's run out of fuel. He's been alive so long. Barrel roll flares. Missile evaded. Well done, sir. Push smashing down this guy. Somehow, Pontiac 1-1 still alive. The last half-glass AI just refuses to die. he's got a lot of men on his arse. Ooh-wee. Oh, finally. You guys carry on. I'm going to debrief that. Viewers, really interesting battle that showed a lot of things. So, is the F-16 with Have-Glass 5 better than the normal F-16? Yeah, absolutely. It's just a simple numbers game. But when we put it in this big air-wing versus air-wing, mainly AI, I know the humans were playing as well, but it's 95% were AI. The Blues won in terms of kills. Why is that? Oh, Simba picked it up earlier. Reds have the ability to fire much further out, and they did fire further out, which means their missiles were less effective by the time they did reach the hostiles. It killed less. Because these F-16s, they only carry 4 long-range missiles, which means once they've spanned their missiles out, that's it. They're 90% useless. So the better plane actually lost in this case because they were firing their missiles further out. Now, if these were, let's say, a bigger jet, a Su-27, an F-15EX that could carry 8, 9, 10 long-range missiles, it would have had a different dynamic because they could have fired further out, but then they wouldn't have run out of missiles, and so they would have won tactically and they would have won by kills. So that's an interesting thing, and it just shows how setting up these big war games has such strange dynamics depending on the aircraft that you're going to be using. It begs the question how you want to set future fights up. Do you want to set them at the maximum range, or do you want to set them at that sweet spot, that 2/3 range? My humans, how did you find it on the dance floor? Scores are, wow, Simba 5, Bird 3, Dark 1, Cannibal 1, Strutter 1. So well done for getting so many kills in a difficult scenario.
I'll say from the blue normal side, the red planes were very slippery. If I could even get them to show up on the radar, it took like minutes to get a lock, and then they could just notch it and it's gone right away.
Very interesting. So that low radar cross section of 1.2, moderately low, should we say, you did feel it in your radar. That's interesting, guys.
I wasn't picking up aircraft till 60 miles on the radar, and well, that's when I think the dynamic changes, because they were firing early on. We could avoid the missiles. We could only pick them up at 60 miles. Therefore, our missiles had a better probability of striking the target.
Roger, guys, I'm going to
has a little buddy.
He does. He doesn't know. I'm going to let the guys carry on, viewers, but just to cut the video time down, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you later. Oh, Dark's in all kinds of trouble.
That one didn't miss from 17 miles.
Wow, 17-mile aim 9 shot. That's maybe a record. I know they do go 20 miles, but it's almost impossible to get a lock.
I turned into him at Mach 1.5, and he had to be doing at least that into me.
Roger.
And he would have never got it. I mean, the F-16 doesn't have a
MWS, yeah.
Yeah, so he would have never known that was coming.
Simba, have you got any missiles left?
Maybe.
Turn north. I'm seeing you as a circle.
He looks like an aeroplane to me, Bird, just saying.
Okay, no, now I see him as a brick. There's some weird radar glitch going on here, because you're the only aircraft south of me, and I'm seeing a circle.
Yep.
Well, I was seeing a circle in front of me.
I don't know.
Or you're about to see red if you don't do something.
I'm embarrassing for you, Bird.
Guy.
But really likes firing missiles from like aim 9s from like 25 miles away. Embarrassing for you, Bird. Straight into the M9. Oh, it didn't. Oh, it didn't fuse. Oh, yes, it did. It 100% did fuse.
Yeah, I lost my ability. I was just about to switch to a radar aim 9 myself. I'm still flying.
Yes, you are, Bird. Oh, Dark and Poosh won their dogfights, respectively. Well done, boys. Simba is in lofty pursuit, but he saw fit to get rid of all his missiles. And that is a Simba problem.
I can't fire anything because he took out my, obviously, fire control radar or something. So I had a lock on him, but I can't fire my aim 9.
Yeah. That's someone's problem. I'm just not sure who. You fire a gun. Yes, you can.
Yes.
That was a Fox 4 attempt. That was.
Find the plane maneuvers better without the tanks.
Simba likes the look.
You like two big gigantic milk jugs hanging on the front of the thing?
It shows off his have-glass painting better. Oh my god, a bitch came off someone.
Came off a Simba.
I want to smell the stench in the air when I finish this.
Oh, Bird! Bird! Je m'appelle Bird! J'ai joué au foot! He's still in it! Bless his cotton socks! Oh, we put the engine fire out, Simba. You just made him more angry. Fly with that, Bird! Fly with that!